Peaceful greetings. Hotepu. Namaste. I come forth this day as a messenger to channel some of the essences of the Goddess Ma'at, where she hails from, Kemet, Egypt. And she is the one who is depicted by the ostrich feather. You see her in some of the images where there are scales weighing the heart against the feather. May your heart be as light as a feather today and every day. As I wear Mother Africa on my breast, on my heart, in a crystal form, to enhance my healing energies for myself, as well as the ones I send out to you, the healing energies I send out to you, who have chosen to come and experience this expression. Goddess Ma'at is known for justice and truth and balance. And this has been coming through my spirit so strong. When we think of the scales of justice being balanced, we see them as depicted in the images of the weighing of the heart against the feather. It's equally balanced. We know in this system of so-called justice that we dwell in on this earth plane at this moment in time is often not balanced. And it brought to mind many of the experiences that I have had with the so-called legal system, more like illegal system, from many vantage points. I used to work as a paralegal. I have lawyers around me who have become judges from way back then. I've seen it from being arrested. I've seen it from having worked with incarcerated people, lifers. Oh, my heart is getting lighter. And I've seen it from a lot of different points of views. And one of the things that has been coming to me so strong about the balance and the scales being balanced evenly was, okay, picture this. So you're doing a yoga pose or a dance pose, and you've got, you're on one leg, balanced on one leg, and the other leg is crossed. I think it's a tree pose. You're balanced, but it's not an equal balance in terms of visually, but yet you are balanced. I remember meeting an attorney. He was an interesting character. For a consultation for a situation that I had to address and conquer. And I looked at the scales behind him, and I said to him, "Your scales are not balanced." And he said, "No, they're not." And that's intentional, because in the so-called justice, my words, illegal system, you want the scales tipped in your favor. Y'all remember that. Justice, just us. Now you can you can perceive that and receive that just as you will. But just us, if you come from a certain part of the country or the world, that's how you're going to say it, just us. And what does that mean? Does it mean those who are just balanced evenly from left to right on the scales are going to enter into paradise? Or does it mean that you have to be balanced no matter what situation you find yourself in? I'm getting an image of, say you trip, about to trip, and there's within those seconds, you have the opportunity to catch your balance. Whoa. But you're like on your tippy toe. You might be on one toe, one foot, two toes, but you catch your balance. Ma'at. Ma'at. You know, Brother George, I heard something about your name. Brother George, we've been chanting George, and a young brother was saying how his grandfather was a Pullman porter, and how Pullman porters were called George, each and every one of them. And they were not given the dignity of being addressed by their names. They were called George, and this brother's name is George that we've been talking about here recently, who chose to be a part of the significant balance, major balance, balancing out the inequities and the injustices. This is going a little bit off, but maybe not. Did he come to this earth? Was that his destiny? It seems like it had to be. He had a big purpose. A humongous purpose. He may override the legends of the Christ and Buddha and many others. That could happen. You must stay balanced and keep your heart as light as a feather, no matter what. That's important. That's a major key to peace and liberation. One of my brothers that I worked with in the penitentiary. The last time I saw him, he had managed to liberate himself on the outside, because he was already liberated on the inside. Oh, when we couldn't find Kwanzas and African celebrations within the midst of the environment, the southern environment where I have been dwelling for a long time. There was a time when we would go to the penitentiary and guess what we would find? The brothers, in this case brothers, I didn't really work with the females much. They were strong. They were teaching. They were healing. And the last time I saw him, he got out of quite a few life sentences for being when I speak of him, I don't remember the charges. He spent a long time, 30, 40 years. He was classified as a political prisoner. One of the last words he said to me, and he's transitioned, and he's been riding with me quite a bit since he's gone to the other realms. He said they had my body, but they could never have my spirit. I saw proof of that. Did he come to this earth? Was that his purpose, to help to empower some of those males that were in there, so that when they went back out into the streets, or when they spoke to their family, they could speak to them from a balanced position, no matter what. Mother Ma'at. Your message has been interpreted by some who say they can read the Maduneta, the hieroglyphics. Perhaps they can. Perhaps they can't. It's up to each one, from my perspective, to tap into the energies of the visuals that they left, to communicate with what is your truth. And truth shifts, at least in my world. What was true to me yesterday can be changed today, because I have grown. I've let go of old preconceived notions. The ancient ones, the masters, know thyself. Know for thyself. Create within yourself a system that will work for you, and hopefully for others. But as long as you are true to yourself, then you're going to be balanced. Ooh, tears want to come in reflection of what I know about this legal system, but bringing me back to some of my encounters with them. Don't give up. Don't give up, my children. Do not give up. That's an element of strong importance of defeating this illegal system. It's amazing how things can be transformed within a short period of time when they've been telling us the wheels of justice turn slowly. Why is that? I mean, I understand that, it's a process of dates and booking and the financial gains for them and their desire to break down your spirit while they delay, while they move slowly. Whew. Be aware. That's part of the plan, to wear down your spirit. Don't let it happen. We are created in the image and likeness of the First Mother, which means the seeds that she planted within us are to be balanced no matter what. When the storm comes, it's possible to stay balanced. Now that's an art unto itself, because if you're not teaching your children this principle or allowing them to keep it awakened within themselves, because often when they come in through you, mothers, Ma, at what point did you stop letting your child breathe freely? And putting restrictions upon them that have been programmed into you. It's been an unjust system of laws written to entrap the ignorant, written to entrap the poor of spirit. Even someone who cannot read has the capacity to tap into spirit. Justice is blind, they say. In many cases, yeah, I can't see what the truth is. Okay. Enough for today. I am Queen. I am Mother. I am Goddess. Opulence. Ra. Enter. Keeper of the Goddess Temple Palace on Facebook, on YouTube, and Instagram. And Goddess Temple Palace gmail@gmail.com for consultations with me. Connect with me on Gmail for things you feel that I can bring to you. Oh, by the way, I showed you my pendant. Let me see, get this. I created this. It's one of a kind. Not only the creation of it, but the crystal in the shape of Mother Africa. Let me see what else I will show you today. I'm a jewelry artist. I'm an empath. This is red amber. And red is making me think about Sekhmet, which I think I'm going to come back talking about some of the other the goddesses of many different cultures. In terms of energy we need to draw upon at different times. Stay in your truth. And remember when you fall over and you seem like you're out of balance, know that you can find your way again. Seem like. Because some of the most amazing acrobats and gymnasts and dancers and others who demonstrate the capacity to stay balanced in some of the most unique positions. It's their core that is balanced. Your core, your spirit. Take time to look up the goddess Ma'at, if you will. That's my receipt from her of what balance is, what justice is, what truth is, and not being unable to speak your truth, even when others don't agree. 100 people can look at a piece of art, which is what we're doing when we look at the symbols that were left by the ancients. And depending on where they're standing in their level of consciousness, perception, vision, I'm going to see something different. Quite often. I'm going to miss something that's important. Wisdom stands with the scales to be used and drawn upon. Ooh, I could go on, but for now I shall leave. Did I say this was red amber? Yes, I made this quite a long time ago. I don't solder as much as I used to. And these are just my personal pieces that were made by a master jeweler. Actually two. This is another one, and I carved this different jewelry artist. Soon come, I need to show you more of my creations. And more of my truth. But anyway, I'm gonna go. Thank you for taking the time to like, if you like, comment, if you will, and subscribe. And for many reasons, your subscription will help me. But as soon as I get to 1,000, I will be able to be out in the world with my phone and do videos out there for YouTube. Whereas now I'm restricted, although gratefully, to using my computer, which I'm glad I have. Keep your heart light as a feather. Do not allow external circumstances to penetrate your peace. Easy for me to say, easy for you to do, for me too. Make it a practice to affirm that your heart is light as a feather. That's what it's about. Your heart being as light as a feather. Carry no burdens. Don't be that bag lady. Thank you for coming. Hotepu. Namaste.